Packed my bags. Last night, pre-flight, 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high.
You're listening to The Crush on KVGI X. And now your hosts, Chris Dilworth and Dr. Drew Day. Good evening, and welcome to another exciting edition of The Crush.
Exciting.
We are your hosts, Chris Dilworth and
Drew Day.
Dr. Drew Day is in the house. And Doc, how are we doing tonight?
You know, I'm a little upset about a sexual experience.
Let's not get into that right off the top of the show.
Okay.
How's your left arm? Is that what you're talking about? Your left arm is sore, and that's your sexual experience that you're upset about?
No, first off, I'm a righty.
Oh, okay. You're not a switch hitter.
No, and I like it like my ribs. Dry rub.
Oh.
Anywho.
That hurts.
My left shoulder is a little jacked up.
Good enough to lift up your page there and tell us about Herb Johnson and Associates before we get started?
Would that be tonight's sponsor?
I would.
Well, tonight's exciting edition of The Crush is brought to you by our friends at Herbert Johnson and Associates. If you're looking to buy that new home for your family, or if it's just time to sell your current home, call your friend and ours, Herbert Johnson and Associates. Take just a quick second to write that number down.
Write it down.
817-691-8116. Call your friend in the business, Herbert Johnson and Associates.
Oh, Herb. Hope you're listening, Herb.
What's up, Herb?
Herb will catapult you into that new home.
He will.
Well, Doc, it's another exciting edition of Crush It or Flush It. We took the week off last week, some much-needed R&R on our parts.
Rich and rare.
Yeah, I did a little pirate R&R. It was pretty cool. I was wearing a patch. It was pretty neat for an entire week.
I know a guy named Gary. It looks like Gary, but he pronounces it Gary.
He just has to be different.
Yeah.
So, winners from last week's Crush It, or I should say 2 weeks ago, Crush It or Flush It, will be announced momentarily. I'm excited about today's episode of Crush It or Flush It because this is our crossover issue of Crush It or Flush It. For those Crush Kitties out there that are familiar with the show and tune in every week, we love you. And you're familiar with our normal format where we rush over to the giant wheel of musical justice, we give it a spin, and we find out which category we're going to start off the show with: country, rock, hip-hop, or metal. And this week, we had such an interesting variety of artists that really just, we couldn't pigeonhole them in any category. So we said,
different.
Fuck it. We're just gonna throw a dart at a dartboard and call it the crossover show because there's a lot of songs that can go either way.
Almost dressed in drag for the show.
That would have been awesome. But we got to start with our opening act. Dr. Drew, for those who aren't officially aware of what the opening act is, give them an idea of what we do at the beginning of the show.
I'll give you a small glimpse of it, Chris. It's basically whatever the hell we want to play when we want to play it.
That's right.
And we decide to play it in the beginning of the show.
And since I controlled the set list this week, I'm going to start with a song that we heard last week. They came in a very close second to one of our winners. I'm not going to announce the winner yet, but they came in a close second, and I wanted to give them one last spin because you and I disagreed a little bit about this song. I really like it.
Well, hold on. To disagree real quick, you controlled it this week?
Well, I mean, just the opening act.
You're just kind of controlling. It's how I feel sometimes.
I am controlling.
That's okay.
We can see a therapist later.
I'm your
but
bitch.
For right now, it's time for the opening act.
Let's do it.
You're listening to The Crush on KVGI. It was a losing game.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately for Treble Soul, they lost out to, I'm not going to say it.
It was a losing game.
It's a big announcement.
Well, I kind of feel bad for not being here completely mentally last week, or last time.
Yeah, the last time we aired.
And I did enjoy that. That was really good.
It is a cool song, and I was sitting here and I looked at you and I said, I suddenly realized why I like this song. I really like stuff from Amy Lee and the very first incarnation of Evanescence before they became Evanescence. And they've got a couple of songs like this that are
more acoustic.
Yeah, more acoustic and just kind of feature more of her voice and things like that. And man, Treble Soul, man, she's got a voice. I really dig it. So long, Treble Soul. You'll always be a part of the Crush family, right?
Oh, yeah.
We never kick anybody out of the family.
Oh, no. And who knows, you might come back.
They always hang around.
You might as well.
So it's time to announce I keep wanting to say last. I'm just going to say last week's. All right, last week's winners from Crush It or Flush It. Are you ready, Dr. Drew, to hear the winners? Thousands of votes, hundreds of calls.
It's a big deal.
It is a real big deal.
And I'm ready.
Here we go.
I'm fucking ready.
Winner in the rock category. It did not play. I'm going back. Winner in the rock category. Awaiting Daylight. Kissed by Judas. Winner in the country music category. Brent and Kate, You're Gonna Miss Me. Winner in the hip hop category. Ronnie Run, Put It Down. Winner in the metal category. The Texas Chainsaw Dust Lovers, Redemption. Congratulations to this week's winners. And now back to two guys that totally misunderstood when they heard the Chinese are holding their first mass elections. I did. I totally misunderstood that.
Yeah, I was thinking like the Red Square and
what a boner. But anyway, a couple of return winners last week. That means Brent and Kate make their way onto the rotation here at KVGI and KVGIX, and so do Awaiting Daylight for the next month. No matter what happens on the next few Crush It or Flush It's, they're going to be in the regular rotation, Doc.
That's great.
That means millions of listens, or at least tens.
Of millions.
Are you busy?
No, I'm actually looking up something from Brent and Kate. They're my friends. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Hey,
I'm back.
Long as you're conversating with somebody from the show.
Yeah.
Conversing. So there we go. It's time to move on to a fresh batch of artists, Dr. Drew, and how exciting this week is. God, I'm so excited. You know, I've got a couple.
Crossover show.
Dude, I've got a couple that I'm just so excited about. Like, I wanted to put them at the top of the rotation, but I was like, that's not fair.
We're not doing that.
No, we're not showing favorites.
We're actually going to play all four of the winners first.
Yes, we're going to play this week, since we're not doing categories. This is how it's going to work, folks. Here we go. So get your voting fingers ready, because the top four bands, no matter what category, are going to move on to next week's Crush It or Flush It.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, here we go. Get excited. Get real excited. So in order to get it kicked off, we're going to play the first four songs, which are going to be last week's winners.
I'm kind of lost, but it doesn't matter.
Just roll with it.
That's how I roll.
Before we kick it off with our rock winner, Awaiting Daylight, let's just make sure everybody knows. Get out to Twitter at the Crush KVGI and hashtag Crush It and the band name that you love. Or hashtag Flush It and the band name you doesn't love.
If it sucked.
But why would you do that? I mean, my goodness, what a mean thing.
There's a lot of dicks out there.
You know, we actually don't get a lot of Flush It's.
How many dicks is that? A lot.
A lot. Also, hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/The Crush KVGI. Post it on our timeline. We'd give you the number, but we don't have a producer tonight. Thank you very much, Mark.
Sure.
He'd rather watch AAA baseball than be here with only the most popular show on KVGI.
Thanks to you.
Well, thanks to us. And thanks to our lovely artists and audience.
That's right.
My goodness. And here's one of them now. Doc, what do you got on Awaiting Daylight?
Awaiting Daylight was formed in late 2014. I could tell you people they might sound like, but look for their release of their debut EP in April of 2015. Would that be now?
I think it already happened.
Awesome.
And this, off of that EP, their first single, is Kiss by Judas. If you haven't heard it yet, you're hearing it now. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI. Kiss by Judas. Our friends at Awaiting Daylight, can they hang on another day against a lot of diverse competition this week?
I think they can hold on. That's pretty strong.
Yeah, they've got a pretty good, they got a pretty good fellowship of followers and listeners that always come through for them and put them in the top of our rankings. So we'll see. I don't know, Doc. We got some serious competition this week. So our next winner, I think we've said everything we need to say about it, Awaiting Daylight, right? Everybody's heard it. We like it. We dig it. It's musicians' music. We're waiting for them to take the next step.
I'm waiting for you to come up with a cover tune called "Kiss" by Rufus, because you do that every once in a while. Like you
I
did
do.
that for Katrina Lynn.
I did for Katrina Lynn. Yeah, I covered. I
It's
covered
so
her song.
metal. I could that.
I did a metal version of her country song, and it was awesome. But here we go.
You never know.
You know
You
what?
never know.
Speaking of Katrina Lynn, the ones that bullied her out of the competition, Brent and Kate. I need to talk to you off the air about Brent and Kate, as a matter of fact.
Yeah?
Are they in trouble? We don't know. Brent and Kate, a soul country duo. Talk about an interesting situation, but, probably a recurring situation in the music scene now where, the two main artists are separated by several miles, or in this case, almost 100 miles. These guys are singer-songwriters from College Station and Grapevine, and they kind of collaborate over a long distance, and they've come up with some good stuff. Teamed up with producer Josh Masters here in the summer of 2014 and recorded at the Mushroom in Montgomery, Texas. Their debut album was released in the fall of 2014, and their first single, "You're Gonna Miss Me," has just been burning us up on the Crush.
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready for another round of "You're Gonna Miss Me"?
Well, I just wanted to get a quick plug. I don't know if you have it on your paperwork there.
I don't.
But Saturday, April 18th at 8 p.m. in CDT, Opening Bell Coffee. They're going to be playing. That's 1409 South Lamar Street, basement, Dallas, Texas.
Excellent. That's a good segue for what I have to tell you
it's a little
off
plug.
the mics.
Oh. Spoke
All
too
right.
soon.
No, you didn't. That's fantastic. Good for them.
Thank you.
Here we go. Brent and Kate, "You're Gonna Miss Me." You're listening to The Crush on KVGI.
X.
You played the games, you said everything you knew, what I wanted to hear. You let me fall for it all, and all this time you haven't been sincere. I should have seen you coming like a hurricane, but now I'm getting out of here. You think you got the best of me, wait till you find the rest of me, putting one foot in front of the other and never looking back. And oh, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Baby, you might not see it now, but I promise you, and you'll find out that oh, you're gonna miss me when you're standing all alone, holding nothing but a memory. Funny how things didn't turn like you thought they'd be. And you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You could have won me 'cause I told you I thought you were the one for me. And as I go, you should know that although I love you, leaving's way too easy. I'll say goodbye as I walk away. It's more than you ever did for me. You won't let go for anyone, and time will show you what you've done. Then you'll finally realize what I've been saying all along. And oh, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Baby, you might not see it now, but I promise you then you'll find out that oh, you're gonna miss me when you're standing all alone, holding nothing but a memory. Funny how things didn't turn out like you thought they'd be. And you're gonna miss
Brent and Kate.
I came
You're
in.
gonna miss me. You came in way early.
I came in a little hot.
Yeah, you did. You're going to miss me. We said it would be prophetic because we do miss our Katrina Lynn.
Sure, wet your whistle, Wetzel.
But we've... I'm going to pretend you did not say that.
Hey.
But hey, you know, we've learned to miss those in the Crush family that aren't with us.
Well, they're
but
not
to
really
continue,
gone,
yeah,
you know?
because I mean, we keep up with everybody. Once you're in the family,
Well,
you're part of the
just
family.
to stop and say real quick, we're doing this for the artists out there.
Oh, of course,
Because you and I have done our fair share of touring and done lots of cool stuff.
of course.
And we're not currently playing in a band.
No.
We are recording.
We're recording,
And
It's just nobody
we're starting
cares
to kind
anymore.
of feel like the old guys. And
but it's time for us to give back to a music community
is.
that it gave a lot to us.
it is.
I mean,
And that's why we're here.
absolutely. I mean,
Hell yeah.
we don't get paid for this shit.
No.
Wait, you're not getting paid for this, are you?
Well,
Dude.
you could talk to my agent.
We're going to have
Sorry.
problems.
What?
All right, so here we go. Our next winner from last week's Crush It or Flush It is Ronnie Run.
Ronnie Run?
I love this song, dude.
I do. Ronnie Run was born and raised in the small town of Winterville, North Carolina. Ronnie Run is a well-known rapper with lots of street cred. I
don't
shortened that, cred. I want to put North Carolina on the map and show people that there is talent around the state besides basketball. I added the basketball.
Uh-huh.
And my homie...
You're ad-libbing a lot
Russ
today.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Dangerous. He played a little bit over there for a little while.
All right, before you ad-lib anymore, let's get on to Ronnie Run. This is Put It Down. You're listening again to The Crush on KVGI.
You can fool the rest, but you can't fool me. You can't fool me. You can fool the
I'm
rest.
back at it again, coming with the radio hit. My old school vibe would never ever make me quit. Mr. Clean Rap, watch how I'm rocking the crowd. I don't do drugs, but my flow is real loud. Turn down for what? Don't need to do that, don't beat. So now I gotta smash this track. A matter of fact, late to speak with hot rhymes. Keep the culture alive without breaking the crime. In time, I plan to put my city on the map. Legendary, rapping real hard with this rap. I ain't paying this cop back and it's ready to spit. Non-stop flows, I'll be right, I don't quit. My homie Gritty did his thing on this beat. Flipped the Africa sample and made it sound so sweet. On my way to the studio, I'm about to break the sound. When I hit the door, I'm ready to put it down. I put it down. I put it down. I represent the state that got nothing but undiscovered star. Where the rappers and MCs be dropping hot bars. Dudes in the street ain't scared to catch a charge. Dealers pushing weight, be driving hot cars. I'm making noise. The industry can be so hard. That's why you gotta be alert and stay on your guard. Too many frauds trying to scam you for your money. Hustle hard, go out and get the nigga honey. It's so funny. People wanna hate for real, so you gotta be gutter and let them know what the deal. I'm ill. Dropping these flows like a bomb, like the wind before a tornado. I remain calm to do damage, destroy everything in sight. All because Ronnie Run picked up the mic. I'm a real dude. I don't like to deal with clowns. See the truth, love to just get around. In due time, I'ma be on top of the ground, representing the sea, and this is how we put it down. I put it down. I put it down. I represent for the B-boys, break dancers, and pop lockers, rock steady crew, and the New York City rockers. The essence, bringing it back to where it started, where hip hop and rap was coming from the heart with a message. Powerful, you can understand when lyrics so dope and cool like a fan. These tight pants rappers really make me sick. They the ones that be getting the deal real quick with no talent, but they swag is on point. It's my job to smoke these fools like a joint. Check the bars, hear what's coming out my mouth. Eastern part of the map, representing down south, a long struggle that's about to pay off. No time to sit back and act real soft.
And that is Ronnie Run with Put It Down. I'm a sucker for that song.
You love Toto.
I do love Toto. That's exactly why. Trivia question. Can you name their other two hits?
I thought it was one.
It's two.
Really? You did a little research?
I did. I had to find out what the other one was, but I remember there was another Toto hit.
You knew the other one. I couldn't
Rosanna.
Rosanna. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Hold the Line.
Hold the line.
Love isn't always on time.
That's Toto?
That is Toto.
No way.
I know. I had to do a double take.
Wow.
It's so funny. So there you go.
That was even bigger.
There's your Toto trivia for the night.
I always thought it was Snort a Line.
Snort. It isn't actually. It's actually Hold the Line.
Huh.
Hold.
It's like hold before snorting it.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with blow.
Or maybe football.
Which is probably why you weren't into Toto.
Right.
So moving on to our final winner from last week's Crush It or Flush It. In the metal category, our redefined metal category, by the way, we'll have to get into that later.
Yeah.
After my rant, my 10-minute rant on how the last decade has completely fucking ruined heavy metal. We're going to be redefining heavy metal on the Crush It or Flush It program. But before we do that,
that's our opinion, but yeah.
A genuine gem in the metal category. You know what? I didn't rack their previous song. I went back to the one that this should be a little nostalgia for you.
TCDL?
TCDL's. This is the first ever opening act we ever did. Remember what it was?
Oh, Brother, We're Out There.
Oh, Brother, We're Out There.
Old timey tune.
This is Constant Sorrow by the Texas Chainsaw Dust Lovers on KVGI X.
King constant sorrow all through his day.
That's him. Oh my God.
It was way back in the early 2008.
Dude, that's his resume.
What was it called?
Radio station, man. Was that 2000?
News Radio.
News Radio.
News Radio. That was a really good song. Yeah, and it had, it had so many good people in it. It had, Dave Foley, of course. See, there were Andy Dick, Maura Tierney, Joe Rogan, Phil Hartman.
Oh,
it was
Phil
it was such a great show, man.
Phil Hartman was the shit.
Yeah, it was a really good show.
Oh, I think I hear something. Someone didn't come out. Gypsy Bravado. Chris? Bravada.
Bravado.
Bravado.
I may order something and approve results on my
It isn't beer.
Can't wait to see what our rating is.
That's patient.
We're getting pretty smooth with the little stuff. I love how you don't normally react to some stuff I say. You just go, exactly right, Tucker. And like right back then, it seemed funny.
Not right now. But eventually you need to figure out what happens to that attestation when you send it out. 'Cause I don't want to send that to our building.
A man of constant sorrow. Dr. Drew, that is the Texas Chainsaw Dust Lovers. You know, they say they hit the ground running in June of 2011 with their chunky riffs and their Wake the Dead style. But they're from Paris, France, dude.
Not Paris, Texas.
Not Paris, Texas. We're having to import our heavy metal. That's how bad the metal scene is in Texas right now. Maybe somebody tonight will prove us wrong.
Well, I think it just kind of gives people out there a little oomph to
Yeah.
send in some shit.
Absolutely. Okie dokie, it's time for our new artist this week. And we threw a dart at the dartboard, and the first one we came up with was...
Gypsy Bravado.
I'm so happy it was them.
Forming in early 2008, Gypsy Bravado originally began as a concept of a new form of modern rock. The band wanted to take the influence of early rock and roll greats and a progressive psychedelic edge, creating a modern sound that stayed true to the footsteps of predecessors, but paved the way for something new.
It is something new, something old, a little borrowed and blue, as they say. But this is Gypsy Bravado with Make a Man. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI.
Did you feel it? Tell me, did you feel it? Live it. Now tell me that you're living it. Did you feel it? Tell me, did you feel it? Live it. Now tell me that you're living it. Where has it gone? Left open, leave it alone. And deal yourself a new hand. Today you're gonna make a man. Did you breathe it? Tell me, can you breathe it? Feel it? Tell me that you feel it now. Where has it gone? Left open, leave it alone. And deal yourself a new hand. Today you're gonna make a man. Did you feel it? Tell me, did you feel it? Did you feel it? Tell me, did you feel it? Can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? Do you feel it? Tell me, do you feel it?
Defying convention, it's gypsy bravado. What do you think of Make a Man?
Well, my very first thought, it's like, okay, this is kind of classic rock, you know, with a new edge. It came in, and I'm a classic rock lover. That's what I love. But he's, you know, first off, great harmonies, you know, that come in.
Cool harmony.
They're not your typical third kind of harmonies. Some of them are in the fifth. And he's at the very edge of his range.
Yeah, you can tell he's getting close.
And that's what makes it cool. It makes it raw.
It makes it relatable to me because I'm always at the edge of my range.
Well, if you're not riding at the edge of your range, you're not trying to push yourself.
Right.
And he's not only pushing himself, but he's pulling it off.
Yeah.
The solo came in. It's almost something Tom Morello would do, but it reminds me of the Raconteurs, which is Jack White with his buddies.
Yep.
And it is very, you know, Raconteurs-ish, but great song.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool too. And you know, another in the movement. You remember the Oscillators we played a few weeks back?
Tell me Oscillators.
I mean, it goes back to this sort of throwback movement to, hey, this is what got us here. You
That's
know,
what I love
the,
about it.
The Led Zeppelin / Sabbath sort of sound with those cool, riffy, roomy drum kits with the lots of overhead in there. I said White Stripes a little bit, but then I kind of backed off of that and said,
that's Raconteurs. That's Jack White.
Yeah, I almost didn't want to insult them by going there. But then when they came in with that synth lead, I was like, I heard the synth at first. I was like, are they adding a pad? Because if they are, it's way, way too up front. And then I heard it was a synth lead, and I was like, oh man, this goes back to like, you know, not Foghat, who I'm thinking of, Leonard, not Steve Miller Band, that sort of thing.
It's
You know
tough
what I mean?
to tell at that point. Is it a pedal on a guitar?
No, that was clearly a synth.
I mean,
Yeah.
what is this?
It was clearly either a sine or a saw or something like
I've
that.
even seen Muse use an iPad on his guitar for certain things, so
Yeah.
it's hard to tell.
Yeah, very, very cool stuff. So, okie dokie, Gypsy Bravado, very nice. Thanks for that entry. Time to move on to our next entry, and that is a young buck by the name Jesse Stratton. Dr. Drew, I said Jesse Stratton.
Gotta love the name Jesse.
Jesse? Dr. Drew loves the name Jesse for some reason.
I really do.
Because of the Geico commercial.
I think
Isn't that what it is?
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesse?
Yeah.
Born and raised in the Texas Hill Country, Jesse Stratton plays modern folk music that is chock full of the truth and raw emotion. New CD, Broken Strings, he says, is a defining compilation of his original tunes that display his instrumental accomplishments as well as his gripping, slightly raspy vocals. I tend to agree. I called this a country rock crossover. You be the judge. It's one of our many crossover songs on the night. This is Jesse Stratton. It's running on empty. I think we had agreed to call it something else for the night. It was still running on empty or something like that. He had posted it on Facebook with a different name, and I said, this dude's so good, he doesn't even need to remember the names of his own songs. But this is Jesse Stratton with Running on Empty. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI.
Yes.
I'm running on empty, I got fumes in the tank. I got 1,000 miles to go, but I'm barely awake. I'm feeling overworked I got 1,000 miles to go, but I'm barely awake. I feel a little overworked and underpaid, and I guess I'm wondering. I'm running on empty. I got fumes in the tank. I got 1,000 miles to go, but I'm barely awake. I'm feeling overworked and underpaid, and I guess I'm wondering, will it ever change? Got no money, got no time. I got no money, got no time.
Jesse Stratton is running on empty. Doc, what do you think about old Jesse?
Well, I tell you what, he too is kind of pushing the limit with his voice. Like he's
You think?
it seems like he might be at the top of his range when he's getting them out, and he's a very, very chesty singer.
Mhm.
Like he doesn't do any falsetto. If I can't hit it in my chest, I'm not going to hit it at all, and
Yeah.
I like that about him.
Hit it or die
Now,
trying.
exactly. Now, it gives a couple different vibes. At first, you kind of get like a country feel, but to be country, I think you need to add fiddle. You need to add the certain things of a banjo. You need to add certain things to be country. And I say this, one of my favorite bands is Blind Melon, and you either love his voice or you hate it.
Right.
I actually love it. And they would do songs like this that
Yeah.
kind of have that borderline, and it's the mandolin
The mandolin.
instead
I was
of the
about to say,
fiddle.
yeah, it's the mandolin.
It's a little bit different just to kind of throw you off. And I think the only thing it really needs is that third part. I mean, establish your verse. Give me a pre-chorus that's just gonna take me somewhere else for a second, and then come back.
Yeah,
to that
or a
for-
bridge
for
or
the
something
chorus.
like that. Sure, yeah.
But that's all my complaints. I like it because it's raw, and the
It is,
the
yeah.
recording. You're gonna tell me all about that.
Yeah, I mean, so, Doc and I put on multiple hats, right? So we've been musicians, and it's not fair for us to critique any musician as an artist, but we also spend time as engineers and producers, and we also like to kind of comment on things and kind of wonder about people's studio experience and things like that. So, the first thing that I said, I wrote down Soul Asylum. I said it does have kind of a Soul Asylum sort of
He
sound.
does
to
kind
me.
of sound like that a little bit. Yeah.
But what I would like to see is I'd like for Jesse and his engineer to do just the opposite of what they did here with their pre-delay. So, just not to go on a terribly long, producer rant, but when you're an engineer and you're engineering a song like this, you think of the song as a room, right? You think of it as a cube, and you think of where each instrument is in the room. Now, in this case, there are only a few instruments, maybe 2 guitars and a mandolin, right?
Right.
But in this case, I would like to see them reverse what they've done with the pre-delay and change the position of the singers in the room with the instruments in the room, because the instruments sounded like they were right up in your face, and Jesse and his other vocalist sounded like they were back in the corner of the room, right? Which is a popular thing in acoustic country.
Right.
But if you listen to pop country, it's just the other way around.
Oh, sure.
They're using that reverb with a nice, a soaking pre-delay to put the guitars a little bit further in the background. Now, they can afford to do that because they've also got electric guitars going on, things like that are a little bit closer to you.
Right.
But the singer is always at like a pre-delay of 60 milliseconds or something like that, where it's right up in your face. Like, you can tell the singer's right in front of me, right?
Well,
and that doesn't keep you from putting a nice reverb on it
Right.
or a nice room delay, but it at least positions the singer in the room so that they feel like they're closer to you. This sounds more like a live set.
Yeah, it almost seemed to me like he was recording like while he was playing,
Like he was live,
or if he was playing one of the multiple,
which isn't bad. I mean,
instruments. It's cool.
Yeah, it is a cool thing because it kind of gives you a true room
It's
feel.
raw.
But when you're moving from a live performance to a studio performance, you want to change that up a little bit and change it from a true live performance to
Sure.
a true studio performance.
Sure.
But I mean,
For
we're-
musicians like us, though, that's
yeah, right. We're crushing grapes at this point. I mean, that's a really good song, better than anything I've written in the last year. Let's put it that way. So, but yeah, Jesse Stratton, Running on Empty. I liked it. Is beer here?
beer is not quite here.
Oh, okay. How long does it take to get beer from point A to point B? I mean,
Well,
I'm nearly sober here.
yeah, this is not cool on our
Lauren,
part,
if you're
man.
listening, we need beer. We're going to take a very quick break, 90 seconds, to see if we can break into the refrigerator downstairs. We'll be right back. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI.
X.
If you're a man between the ages of 30 and 90, listen carefully to this limited offer. Erectile dysfunction and hair loss impact nearly 100% of men after the age of 30. If you are like many men around the world, you simply cannot accept God's twisted design. So you're probably enduring a daily hassle of hair growth medicines and dick pills. Here at Viagra we say no more. Just one dose of Viagra per day is all you need to fight the searing ravages of time. Simply add one Viagra to your daily regimen before breakfast for serious hair regrowth and a healthy boner that will keep her attention for minutes on end. Say goodbye to long, lonely nights spent avoiding the woman that grew around what was once your beautiful wife. Viagra will give you the confidence to split that estate, kick her to the curb, and find someone much too young for you. Do not eat or drink while taking Viagra. Sleeping while taking Viagra caused mild to moderate ear bloating in clinical trials. Some penile diarrhea may occur. Excessive pubic hair growth and scalp urination was reported in less than 30% of trial participants. Other side effects were mild to moderate and include vomiting, elephantitis, progeria, adult onset diabetes, night blindness, day blindness, hysterical flatulence, and upset stomach. Viagra. One pill, two solutions. You're listening to The Crush. The Crush. On KVGI. KVGIRadio.com. And now your hosts, Chris Dilworth and Dr. Drew Day.
I don't want to interrupt your dance there.
Well, it's a pretty sweet
That's
song.
a sweet-ass tune.
What is that?
I don't know. One day we're going to have to play that song in its entirety. If only it were all about us.
Right?
So, Doc, back to the big board. I can see who it is. And yeah, I've got a big smile on my face.
I'm kind of glad that I get to announce these guys. 'Cause,
Why do I have a big smile on my face?
well, I even saw on your Facebook, you posted it out there. You're like, I don't know why. I just freaking love these guys. I mean, great name. First off, I know you're hating them because of the name. Yes, band name Envy, and it's called Nerdface. And Nerdface is an electronic rock group from Denton, Texas. The four-piece has spent several years writing their recently released third full-length album, Cutter. The band boasts an eclectic list of of mainstay influences, drawing from such greats as Depeche Mode, A Perfect Circle, Orgy, Interpol, and the White Stripes.
Love them all.
Good Lord.
I've got a boner for Nerdface. I don't know. You tell me, Crush Kitties, am I right or am I wrong? This is Nerdface with Shaken. You're listening to The Crush. Excuse me.
KVGI.
KVGI-X.
And when you shake it, it can never seem to get enough. So let's start shaking up the dance floor. Find the one you're looking for, and they'll be looking at you. Start shaking up the dance floor. Find the one you're looking for, and I'll be looking at you. Start shaking up the dance floor. Find the one you're looking for, and I'll be looking at you. Start shaking up the dance floor. Find the one you're looking for, and I'll be looking at you. I see you in the mirror, shaking your reflection. I see you blowing kisses, handing out affection. You're just a bit rude, so with an attitude. And when you shake it, you can make it jump to level 2. I see you on the sidewalk, trying to talk shop. I see you going to the disco in the hip hop. You're just a bit rude, so with an attitude. And when you shake it, you can make it jump to level 2. Let's start shaking up the dance floor. Find the one you're looking for, and they'll be looking at you. Start shaking up the dance floor. Find the one you're looking for, and I'll be looking at you. Start shaking up the dance floor. Find the one you're looking for, and I'll be looking at you. Start shaking up the dance floor. Find the one you're looking for, and I'll be looking at you.
And that's Nerd Face with Shakin'. Man, I'm sweating.
You gotta love it. I mean, I was working out just dancing to it.
You were boogieing.
I was working it.
Boogieing down a little bit.
I should have been listening a little bit more than working it.
Yeah, you
but
didn't take any notes, but you were definitely
I really didn't
moving.
need to, because I'm a Jamiroquai fan.
Yeah.
And I love what they do, but they're more on like a funk kind of bluesy rock.
Yeah.
These guys are more of like a heavy kind of thing.
Canned heat.
And I can hear Prodigy. I can hear certain things in it.
Yeah.
Orgy, I understand it, but his voice, it's not like all those other guys. He's got a great voice that comes in, and like you were saying earlier on the video, like it would just be murder if it was some
Anybody
other
else.
voice
Yeah.
that just couldn't own it. And this guy owns it. I mean, he really throws it down, and it's great to hear those harmonies, and that's really all I got to say.
Yeah, I mean, your complaint was, and I totally just railed on you for it.
Oh, well,
now that you've heard it in headphones.
Headphones is different, but who has headphones on when they're listening to the radio?
Well,
like,
I mean,
I like to hear harmonies because I'm a sucker for harmonies. I love harmonies, and if it's going to be a vocal harmony, I want to hear not only that main part, but that under part just as loud as the upper part.
But that's not how harmonies work. You're a singer.
They do.
No, they don't.
Well, if it's good, they do.
No, it isn't.
Well, it's something we could sit here and argue off air.
It's not Alice in Chains. Alice in Chains is the only band I've ever known that actually had harmonies at the exact same level and EQ.
What the hell are you talking about?
You think it's at the same because you like the harmonies so much.
Have you ever heard of the Eagles?
But
heard
even
of Simon and Garfunkel? They're the exact same level.
I'm telling you right now, even then, any engineer that listens to that will tell you they're not at the same level.
No.
And that is mixed properly.
Okay. It may not be the same level, but you can distinctly hear both of them evenly.
Sure, yes.
This you can't.
I don't know. Okay. All right, you got me there, but it is perfectly done for what this is.
No, it is. It's awesome. I've
got a couple.
If I'm going to gripe about that, I mean, that's,
No, I mean,
to bitch about.
Man, I was just blasting this song in my car this morning. I really love it. And like I said, any other mix of those pads is just disaster. In any other engineer's hands, it's probably all disaster. And we talked a little bit. We had a couple of other bands that used older pads, and we were like, there's a fine line between old and retro. And this is sweet ass retro. That's how I felt about it. So,
Well, it's the right thing to put. I
yeah,
mean,
absolutely.
wherever they grabbed it from, it's perfect.
And they're in Denton, so I'd like to see if this translates to a live performance, because that would be tough.
I would like. I mean, is this a full-on band with like members?
Yeah,
I mean,
there were 4 members of
this
it. Yeah.
could be done by one guy.
I mean, it could be the next Daft Punk. I mean, where it is a real band.
And have Pharrell do all your music.
Okay, you weren't a fan of Daft Punk in the 90s, so Okay, moving on from Nerdface. Thank you, Nerdface.
Thank you.
Moving on. This is the Brian Grace Band. And here we go. Brian Grace. The Brian Grace Band is a band from North Texas. It says that they play traditional and modern country. That's why I called this a crossover. With a great song list from the 60s through today, along with several originals. I like their originals. They say when they do any song, they put so much soul into it, it's like they've lived it. Well, Doc, this is the Brian Grace Band. The song Kings and Queens. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're listening to The Crush on KVGI.
Not really a strong man, but I'm the strongest man you know. I'm not really a writer. Songs that got no soul, I couldn't pick a winner. But I won a time or two. Girl, I think I broke the bank when I got me you. You make me feel stronger. Since you came into my life, you make me feel kinda sexy. When you turn out the lights, you make it all better. You're swaying to my tune. Girl, I think I broke the bank when I got me you. I was a rambler, and I had a real good time. Chased my dreams, you know the things. I almost lost my mind, but you make it all better. You keep me safely on the ground. Yeah, I'm the king, you're the queen of our own little town. Not really a leader, but you'd follow me anywhere. People say that I'm crazy, but you don't seem to care. You think I'm a winner. Yeah, I've won a time or two. Girl, I think I broke the bank when I got me you. I was a rambler, and I had a real good time. Chased my dreams, know the things. I almost lost my mind, but you make it all better. Keep me safely on the ground. Yeah, I'm the king, and you're the queen of our own little town. You make it all better when you're swaying to my sound. See, I'm the king, you're the queen of our own little town. Our own little town. Here's the thing, I'm the king of our own little town.
The Brian Grace Band. Kings and Queens. Brian Grace Band, Doc.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's kind of strange because it sounds like country to me, but then it's got like this slower kind of, almost like a Poison hit, you know?
I could get that.
Like it's
It was the electric guitar that was doing that, I think.
yeah. Now here's the thing. In my opinion, he doesn't have the strongest voice.
Now he lists Hootie as one of his Hootie and Dave Matthews as some of the ones that
Okay,
they cover. Could you see that?
I could kind of see Hootie.
Yeah.
I don't think he has the strongest voice, but like Stevie Ray Vaughan, George Thorogood, even Greg Allman at times don't have the strongest voice
Agreed.
for being an amazing singer, but for the music they do, it works.
Paul McCartney,
and it
yeah.
sounds Paul McCartney. he's beyond that.
All right,
He's
yeah.
a Beatle.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney's a Beatle. Sir Paul McCartney.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. From a recording standpoint, I was like, I kind of found it for a country tune. They're using some real deep cymbals there. They sounded a lot more rockish than sort of the tinny cymbals that you get in pop country. The only thing that caught my ear as an engineer was when he was doubling up on the vocals.
Yeah.
And they were panned dead center.
And they're not matching syllables.
And I was like, oh, I would have panned those off center so that I would at least get that stereo feel. And then it doesn't matter that you're not matching cymbals. Go to Fleetwood Mac, Ozzy Osbourne, Metallica. I'm using, dated references from the metal world, obviously. But
Fleetwood Mac?
Well, not Fleetwood Mac, but they don't match cymbals perfectly, but when you pan them off center, it does not matter because you've got a stereo field going. When you pan them dead center, you better be dead on, or you got an issue. And it only happened a couple of small little times, but if I was in the studio, I would have said, hey, let's try moving those off center a little bit, because that would have been a really, really cool effect. But all in all, Brian Gray's band, pretty cool, huh?
I liked it.
Yep. Moving on to a band called
Afterlight? Are we on to Afterlight?
We are.
Did we throw the fucking dart already?
We did.
The focus of the band is original music. However, you will hear some old favorites at any given show. With an Afterlight twist, of course.
Of course.
Half the songs are written by Kevin, and this would be Kevin David.
Yes,
Not
Kevin
to
David.
be mixed up with David Kevin.
No.
They give the band a truly unique product. So I'm excited.
Yep. It is Afterlight. And hey, get your thumbs way up and light those lighters, because this song has the word Texas in it.
Oh, really?
And you know how Texans love to hear the state they live in.
Oh, yeah.
In a song. This is Afterlight with Have You Ever Been to Texas? You're listening to The Crush. Have you ever been to KVGI?
Yes.
Have you ever been to Texas?
the fine bluesy tones of Afterlight. Have you ever been to Texas?
I have.
And Doc, he also wanted to know, have you ever been to Memphis?
I have been to Memphis.
As a matter of fact, you have.
I did a little rock and roll album there at Ardent Studios.
That's right. Yeah, so what'd you think? I mean, bluesy? Again, it could have been in multiple categories.
It could have.
This is...
I mean, first off, you got to love the wah in the beginning. I'm a sucker for that.
Yeah.
And the organ. And the one thing that caught my my ear...
Was that a Rhodes
not
or
necessarily my
Hammond?
eye. It sounded like an organ to me.
I know it was an organ, but was it a Hammond or...
Hammond B3 with the Leslie. I mean, that's what you'd want, but who knows what it really was.
Right.
The one thing that caught my eye was biggest blue sky you ever seen. And that's, I've been to Montana, big sky, little country.
Yeehaw.
I've seen a lot of states, but I gotta say, Texas has huge skies, and I think it's because there's nothing else around.
It's the barren landscape. It looks like Mars.
It's so flat that it has such a huge sky, and you can really see that lightning, and you can see that blue sky forever, and I gotta love it.
You seem out of breath. Are you all right?
I was running downstairs thinking my wife brought me some beer, and she just sent me a text saying, "How do I get in?" And I thought, "Oh, shit, I better run down there."
Yeah.
Only to find out she was just texting on the road. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's where we're at. We're still peerless.
Jeez. I mean, we're blind, stinking sober an hour and 15 minutes into this show. I don't know how we're standing.
You sent my wife a text, you're gay?
You should not leave your phone unlocked.
That's all right.
All right, Doc, on to our next contestant and Crush It or Flush It. A lot of crushes tonight. I mean, some good stuff so
Let's
far.
keep crushing it.
We haven't had one flush. Usually you and I have one preemptive flush apiece, and we haven't pulled the lever yet. Let's see if the trend continues with a band called Closed Eyes and Open Minds. I don't have a bio on this. Now, I'm not going to rant, but I'm going to take one moment. Those of you on Reverb Nation and SoundCloud and Facebook that don't have a complete bio on your page, it should be the first thing you do so that guys like me don't have to put extra effort into figuring out who you are.
I think we should just start saying stuff about them. Like they're from Zimbabwe.
Yeah, Closed Eyes and Open Minds. This is a Turkish band.
Yeah. Salam halama.
Right. And but no, this is a cool band, and I didn't get a bio on them. I wish I had, but it makes it a little more mysterious. This is a quick tune. It's called "Son of No Man" in the metal genre. Are you ready, Doc?
I'm ready.
Closed Eyes and Open Minds. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI. X.
From the son of a man. His sorrows and drove out his lover, and his only son away to run this desert with wasted streets. I'm the son of a man, one of the bastard who tried. His sorrows and drove out my mother.
Closed Eyes and Open Minds. That is Son of No Man. Well, an interesting conundrum of a band here for me because, as you Crush Kitties know, I am a child of metal. And there are several things that I really, really dig about Closed Eyes and Open Minds. In this particular case, Joe. Is that you, Joe? Joe? Can you open that office right there for us? Thank you so much. Our beer is trapped in there without us. Just in time. But my thing with Closed Eyes and Open Minds is, number one, I wish that song was longer. Thank you so much. And number two, I really love the instrumentation of it because it's not all guitar. There's a lot of other instrumentation. I think I heard like harpsichord or something like that gave it a real sort of like 1600s, Lurch and the Addams Family sort of vibe going on. And god dang, I love that. I just wish there was lots more of it. So he went and opened it, like right then. Yeah. Here comes the beer. Thank God. But yeah, I really dig that. And I'm so glad, Dr. Drew, he loves a metal band with a dude that can scream. I was more in love with the guy's screaming voice than I was with his quote-unquote singing voice, and I wish I'd heard more of that as well. But I think these dudes, they only have one song published out there on, go visit them out on Reverb Nation and check them out. They only have one song out there, but I have a feeling if they keep that up, they're going to grab my interest for sure. Okay, Doc, moving on.
I'll say.
Oof. That was a long vamp waiting for you to get back with beer.
I'm sorry. I'm here.
But well worth it for Closed Eyed. No, this isn't you. This is me because they didn't have a, what do you call it? A bio. Okay, so moving on to our next artist, Flo Green. You didn't listen to what I just said.
No, it's okay.
All right. You're up next. Flo Green is a music crew consisting of some very talented artists. I've gotten to speak with a few of them via Facebook World. Lowell Thomas, a.k.a. L, and Silas Keys, a.k.a. Prince Keys, Eddie Barron, they call him JR, and Oh Glory. They're originally from Connecticut, but make music out of two of the nation's most popular cities, Atlanta and right here in beautiful San Antonio, Texas. If you had to choose two hip-hop nations, Hotlanta and San Antonio might be the ones you would choose.
The dirty. It's in the South, baby.
And this is their first entry on Crush It or Flush It. This is Flo Green with Suicide. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI.
It's crazy. It's really crazy how I'm feeling right now. Let me explain. It's suicide. If you're not a part of my life, it's suicide. If I fail to make you my wife, it's suicide. Just to lose you over a fight, but now I know you're gone. I need to get control of my life, it's suicide. If you're not a part of my life, it's suicide. If I fail to make you my wife, it's suicide. Just to lose you over a fight, but now I know you're gone. I need to get control of my life. I'm feeling like Jewel's talking about who am I if you and I split. Is it committing suicide? Am I utilized? Only the ones I utilize. Each word comes from the heart. I keep you inside. Just the thought of you gone, I almost lose breaths. Contemplating, I'm out here chasing for who's next. But you stay on my mind, can't take that huge step. It's like you're clouding my vision, only the view's death. I find myself in the same places we used to go. I guess I'm hoping that all feelings is mutual. And all these thoughts in my head, something that you should know. But I can't speak to you now, I let the music show how strong I became when I was made weak. I'm so far from my dreams, baby, I can't sleep. and a sucker for love, that's what it makes me. But I was blind to the fact, it's like I came to suicide. If you're not a part of my life, it's suicide. If I fail to make you my wife, it's suicide. Just to lose you over a fight, but now I know you're gone. I need to get control of my life, it's suicide. If you're not a part of my life, it's suicide. If I fail to make you my wife, it's suicide. Just to lose you over a fight, but now I know you're gone. I need to get control of my life. First off, I swore I found the piece to my puzzle. Gave up the secrets like the safe and all the pieces I hustle. She would walk around with teddies, throw the ass in my face. Yeah, she stood by my side, but move fast with a case. If that's what it takes, your home to a hazardous place. She wasted time on the phone to throw it back in your face. Damn, if I knew what I know and it's old now, the other sex is too selfish to love you and hold down. Custom edition, nigga, if you trust him, you missing. One day you on the pole, next day in the kitchen. My mission is not to check my mate or the rep I make. Just learn now with every step I take. Met my fate, soon as I was going upstate, another arm came through. Try to strong my plate, emotions levitate. You making me sick, no time to medicate. And every time I look at a flick, I start to meditate. It's suicide. If you're not a part of my life, it's suicide. If I fail to make you my wife, it's suicide. Just to lose you over a fight, but now I know you're gone. I need to get control of my life, it's suicide. If you're not a part of my life, it's suicide. If I fail to make you my wife, it's suicide. Just to lose you over a fight, but now I know you're gone. I need to get control of my life.
And that's Suicide.
Yeah.
From Flo Green.
Yeah.
All right, Drew. You got your beer.
Sorry.
You're back in the program. You're back in the game.
I'm feeling good.
What do you think about Suicide?
You know, the first thing, right off the top of my head, I was like, man, this is like this feel-good kind of rap. I'm not talking about like happy rap or the rap with the silent C in front of it. I'm talking about Jay-Z, kind of a New York kind of rap style. I like it. It kind of puts you on this journey. It doesn't have to go to too many
East
different
Coast.
things,
Yep.
and it keeps you with it the whole time. You're waiting on every word he's got. And I'm like, you know, you're not a big fan of Chris Cornell, but he sings about suicide in many beautiful ways. If you can feature, but I feel it's not pain that he's talking necessarily. It's choosing, you know, it's making the wrong decision, you know, when he knows what's right. So
To me,
I was feeling him the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the theme, it's all interpretation, obviously. But to me, the theme was, I can't live with her and I can't live without her. If I do this, it's suicide. If I do that, it's suicide. If I marry you, it's suicide. If I don't, it's the worst thing ever. If you're having a bad day, it's the worst thing ever. If, you know, if I can't make a move to the right or to the left. All guys know what that feels like. Because we live with women, and women are overly dramatic about every fucking thing. So, no. Oh, you don't have to answer.
This is just us, right here.
Yeah, this is just us, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Nobody else is listening to this.
No.
Everyone's tuned out by now.
Unless you.
No, but I thought it was really cool. I think the only thing that when we played it in the studio, and we heard it on the big monitors,
right,
we noticed a couple of voids in the mix.
It was different in the headphones, though. It didn't bother me.
It is.
Much.
It's a headphone mix. So, but when I put it in the studio and I'm waiting for that bass line to hit, and again, it's not West Coast, it's East Coast.
Right.
So they're using semi-real kicks, which don't have the lagging bass tagline at the end, right? They're not using the 808s. They're not using the Rob Papin bass. Right. They're using, you know, the East Coast hip-hop stuff, which the only part of it that I didn't care for was the snare way up in the upper register, way up in 12K
and
to 15K.
Hits it a lot.
And there's a lot of it.
It's not just on the 2 and 4.
And he's got it compressed right. So it's not like it's got a big long tail on it. It's just that he's got it EQ'd, part of it at least, way up on the upper register. And that's the only thing that I would have trimmed a little bit. You two stop.
Let me smack my bitch up.
That's the only thing that I would have changed about it. But other than that, That's a cool tune, and these guys are.
I dug it. It puts you in that.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are way business minded. They know what they're doing. They're good musicians, and they got good heads on their shoulders. So
kind of felt like I was going over the Brooklyn Bridge or something.
yeah,
Like
you're driving with the windows down. It's too cold
like
too.
I was like,
but you're doing it anyway.
No, I was wearing fruit boots, like rollerblading, and just like just had the wind on my back and just feeling it like I was Superman.
You and I are going in two different directions.
Like the Gecko and Geico commercial where he's walking and he's like, hey, you know what I mean? Watch out, little guy. I don't know.
All right.
That's where I was going with that. No? I don't know. Maybe I was walking upon Madison Square Garden going, my name's on the marquee. I'm the shit. That's exactly what the fuck I was going for. In fact, right the fuck there. See how I get a little gangster when I start to hear this shit? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We get back.
Just because you have 4 beers, you don't have to drink them all in 30 seconds, right?
Well, people thought that my native name was 10 Bears. It's actually 10 beers.
Moving on. This next entry,
Just
Dr.
in.
Drew.
That would be me for... Okay, let me get some paperwork together. Lots of stuff here.
Important stuff.
Well, yeah, actually, Sinful Harmony, Chris.
Sinful Harmony.
SYNFUL. And if you will, let me read this for you. Rock rap band from San Antonio came from nothing.
Sounds like a crossover rock rap.
Well, it says rock rap right there. A band from San Antonio came from nothing and turned out to be something.
San Antonio
we are
representing.
Influenced by rappers like Tech Nine, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Oh, you could have just said Bone.
Bone Thugs.
Bone. And Little Rock, as in, I'm not too sure. But check them out. You won't regret it.
What do you mean you're not too sure? Let me see that.
Is that a typo?
That's Broken Side.
I'm just kidding. I will not ever say that name.
Oh, forget you, man.
And nothing from the group Bread.
Here we go. It's Sinful Harmony. The song, Time Ticking Away. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI.
This
our time now, and we won't stop till we get everything. Time keeps ticking away, slide. Time keeps ticking away, slide. Time keeps ticking away. Time keeps ticking away. Time keeps ticking away. Time keeps ticking away. Slide.
Hey,
Time ticking away. What say you?
well, you know,
You go first.
well, like in the beginning, it's
Wait.
got this groove.
On 3, anybody know what band it sounds like? 1, 2, 3, Lincoln
Crap.
Park?
I heard the very beginning, and I could kind of see the Bone
The Bone Thug, yeah.
thing that they have going, and maybe if there was some more harmonies and quick stuff
yeah.
with it, maybe I could see that more. But you're not trying to do that, and that's fine.
I'm not trying to replicate it.
But
It's just-
I dig, I dug that part, and I was
like Dig Dug.
fair game. I do like Dig Dug. I haven't played Dig Dug in a long time. And then all of a sudden, and I put down in my notes, all of a sudden, it turned into like heavier than Linkin Park. It turned into like a metal thing, but yet they didn't really have the voice for the metal thing, and they didn't have the effects for the metal thing. They didn't have the microphone for the metal thing, and it just did not turn out to be the metal thing. And it was weak
well,
at that point.
I'll tell you this.
But I like the first part.
I think, yeah, so what they have is elements, right? What they didn't have was a proper mix of the elements. I think it just suffered in the mix. It's number one, it's really tough to mix those genres, hip hop / R&B with, hard rock.
Especially as an artist.
Linkin
to be able
Park
to
does
do
it
both.
really, really well.
Well, they also have the singer and then have the rapper.
Right.
This guy obviously was trying to do both. And
I'm not sure, I don't know if it was or not.
Well,
I didn't really get that. But what I could tell for sure was that it was a tough mix between the hard rock stuff and the hip hop stuff, and it didn't come out in the wash.
well, a tough mix leads for a tough listen, Chris.
A little bit, yeah. So, but I think the elements are there. I think if they just got into the studio with a good producer and a good engineer, they might find that, what is time ticking away today, that same song might not sound anything like that
Well,
down
that's
the
the
road.
thing is it's been done and we've heard that, but I say forget the heavy part. Go back to the good part of the song and just be that. Why not be happy with just that?
Capitalize on your best asset.
Yeah.
I get that.
I think
But
that
I also
was
get,
actually really
but,
good.
But I also get what they're trying to do, and I just think that when the heavy part came in, I just don't think it was engineered properly.
Okay. Now I'm gonna put my hat on.
All right.
And I'm gonna take you back to I had many bands, and there came a point when
Many bands?
many bands.
Not small bands, but like lots of bands.
Many, very many bands. And I was always the singer, and we kept getting heavier and heavier and heavier.
Right.
Because that was what was going on at that time. Korn was popular, Linkin Park.
And it's
eventually.
easier to get heavier, honestly.
You're listening to these things, and all your friends are going, man, you guys aren't heavy enough. And I started getting heavier, and finally it hit me. And one friend at a bar was like, man, you're really good at it, but that's not you.
It's not you.
It's not you. It's not your strong point. Like, you pull it off. You can do the scream. You can pull it off, but it's not you. You're such a better musician at doing what you're good at.
What you love, yeah.
And I tried to tell him he doesn't know what he's talking about, and I probably brushed it off for a couple years and finally realized he's right.
Yeah.
You look at your strong points and go with those.
Yeah, don't listen to the audience when they're back there going, play something heavy. Just go on about your business, man. Do what you love. Speaking of doing what you love, I love this dude because he kind of reminds me of me.
Too. Oh,
You are a special individual.
Yeah.
A dude named Old Mikey. And
Mikey likes it.
the more I read about him on Facebook and stuff like that, I was like, this dude, this is me. I mean, this is why I like this dude. Talk about a San Antonio flair this week. I mean, another dude from San Antonio. Old Mikey's drive is stronger than a freight train. His fierce brand of rock and roll drives with country and blues influences. Old Mikey but listen to this.
We're listening.
Be ready to be impressed.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Are you wearing loose pants?
I'm wearing silk boxers.
Good. He has opened for such acts as Kiss, Cinderella, Lita Ford.
Lita Ford, get the F out of here.
COC.
COC, get the fuck out of here.
All right, I'm out of here.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Seven
I love
Dust,
COC.
Buck Cherry.
Okay, I've opened up for 2 of those bands.
Yeah, so you guys are like, kind of like brothers.
We're like guys that opened up for big bands that didn't go anywhere.
Yet.
For me.
Right.
My part.
But this is Old Mikey, and I picked this one because I really liked it.
I don't think you played this one for me. This is like your needle in the haystack.
I'm indoctrinating you right here on the air.
It's fucked up.
This is Old Mikey with 5-2. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI.
Copycat original hacky, superstar TNT, holds up, ready to fly while you sitting down on broken wings. Bang, bang, little world, with trouble in your eyes. Said you're burning bridges tonight, yeah. Yeah, you know it all, little liar. Blessed with the best that's plain to see. Wanna be king of the hill, step up and see. You can sell your soul, but you'll never be me. Giddy up, it's gotta go faster, but the octanes are running low. Sloppy seconds may be good for you, but that ain't what I call rock and roll. Crack crown, only one, with no place to go. Better tonight now that you're all alone, yeah. Yeah, you know it all, little liar. Blessed with the best that's plain to see. Wanna be king of the hill, step up and see. You can sell your soul, but you'll never be me. Yeah, you know it all, little liar. Blessed with the best that's plain to see. Wanna be king of the hill, step up and see. You can sell your soul, but you'll never be me. Oh, but you'll never be me, yeah.
Good old Mikey with 5-2.
You gotta love rock and roll.
Yeah, so rock and roll.
And it seems like rock and roll is back.
And I mean, you tell me what you thought. I mean, I've got a band in mind that it sounded like to me.
Yeah, I mean, I was getting a little mixture of this and that, and I couldn't really put my finger on it because of his voice. And I could talk about that for days, and that's not why we're here. Well written and great lyrics. No, we're not here to talk about it for days. We're just here to say, what's off the top of our head, because we hear it right now, and I'm going to say it and spit it like it's true. Well written, great lyrics. I'm going to tell you this. You put the words sloppy seconds into your song, that's rock and roll. Jose, chill. Sorry. Our master of custodial arts is getting a little loud out there.
He is banging doors. He knows we're in here on the air. He's like, fuck those guys.
He
I'm
might be
slamming
banging
doors.
something else. But I'm telling you, you put sloppy seconds into your lyrics, you got something.
Exactly.
I'm into it,
Yeah, I liked it too. Corrosion of Conformity came straight into my mind.
I did hear that, but it's because of the vocal. It doesn't sound like that guy to me.
Oh, I disagree. I think it sounds a lot like him.
No.
Really?
You should
Albatross?
You should probably listen to that because I just listened to it the other day.
Oh, yeah, because I just listened to it like 10 minutes ago. And I think
that's not possible.
Yeah, no, it is. I had it on my iPod and I was listening to it.
Well, that sucks that you really can't hear.
Anyway, it's pretty cool. I really loved the riff. It was very Sabbathy to me, and I like that dark sort of minor Sabbath type of music. And
oh yeah, who doesn't?
It really is cool, and I thought his harmonies were dead on. The only thing I'd change up the compression on his vocals a little bit more to make it sound like his voice is a little stronger, maybe. Maybe layer his vocals a little bit more. Like I said, run a parallel compressor and double up on those vocals and make them more powerful, because that's powerful music, man. I mean,
it is.
Get that voice as chunky as it can possibly be.
Help him, Jesus, help him clean his wounds. He says he cannot heal that kind.
I mean, it's exact. It's dead on.
He said I cannot heal that kind. Rah.
Yeah, no, that isn't it. But
that would be James Hetfield doing. Rah.
Next up is more friends from across the pond, Dr. Drew.
Morphine from across the pond. Give me some, because I've got open veins. Let's do this. Is this me? This is you.
Are you
sure?
Is
this me?
No, this is creeping something or other.
Well, if I could read Chicken Scratch, I would say creeping dead cats, but it looks like devil cactus, possibly.
Yes, the creeping devil cactus. Sorry
nice.
about that.
Bringing together musicians from different musical backgrounds. Fed Barback? Did I read that properly?
I gave it to him exactly like this because I wanted him to read it straight off the
Whiskey
page.
and beer, creeping devil cactus, or cactus, that might be a typo, offers a dark journey, torn apocalyptic through a scorching desert. Group of southern metal exists Nantes since, this is just fucked up. Creeping Devil Cactus combines stoner riffs to cumbersome, and rage of metal.
So I just wanted to see you struggle with it. Here's what I did.
Who would do that?
The bio was in French. I ran it through Google Translate.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Fucking frogs.
Just to see you read it. Oh, you were sweating. It was great. But just like our friends, the Texas Chainsaw Dust Lovers.
We got love for France.
Of course.
We had to bail you out of WW1 and 2, but we got love for you.
Whatever. The Creeping Devil
They helped
Cactus,
us out in the other war.
The one where they gave us the fries.
The one.
This is Deadwood Church. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI. Creeping Devil Cactus.
Oh, yeah.
Deadwood Church. You know, kind of a familiar methodology between them and the Texas Chainsaw Dust Lovers. And what makes me really curious is, are they really called the Texas Chainsaw Dust Lovers and the Creeping Devil Cactus, or is that a Google translation? Like, is it something completely different?
Yeah.
Because not only are the names like awkwardly
put together,
Western slash, Texas Chainsaw Dust Lovers and the...
No, I think there's a love for it. Like people.
There really is, yeah.
People in Francais.
A lot of metal from France, like they list themselves as stoner metal, and it sounds a lot like this.
Well, you've got Phoenix, which is an alternative kind of thing going on. You've got a lot of metal and a lot of bad shots to the garbage, and you've got a lot of metal and people that like claim to be from the South. I mean, look at CCR.
Right.
When you think of CCR, you think of
Mississippi.
down south Junkin, Mississippi,
Yeah.
down there. You know where he was born? California.
You just ruined Credence for me. Thanks a lot.
Well, he was able to capture that and able to say, Born on the Bayou, like these kind of songs, all about the American flag. I mean, you can't help but feel that. And he wrote it. He put it on paper. He put it on the guitar. And that's what came out of it. And it was awesome. So you got to love them for what they're feeling. And I'm going to go first here, obviously, like I always do.
Of course.
I liked his voice. I mean, he's got a good, strong voice for it.
Yeah, he does.
The one thing that stood out to me was, let's go ahead and let a guitar solo just rip ass.
Yeah.
Behind you while you're singing. While you're singing your shit. And let's just let a freaking solo just fly.
Which is very classic rock of them.
I love it. You don't hear that anymore. You metal and all these heavier rock is so just structured a certain way.
I know.
And they will not let that fly if you want to be on the radio.
Yeah,
but
here comes
you know
the
what?
riff. Here comes
They're
the
on the
screaming.
fucking radio because we're here.
Yeah, that's right. Look at us doing God's work.
Like Delmar said, yeah, look at me. I'm with you fellers. Go for Everett.
All right, Doc. One more entry tonight.
One more? Is that
one
me,
more?
or is that
And it's you.
Well, I just wanted to say real quick, no disrespect to my wife. I had pussy for breakfast. I had flaming hot Cheetos for dinner.
Yummy.
And I'm feeling awesome.
Well, good for you.
And this comes to us from JC Light.
Hey, which one was hotter? Careful.
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay, good for you.
Because it's hot lovins.
Good non sequitur.
It's good hot lovins with my wife, but as far as like spicy to the tongue, it's definitely the Cheetos.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I mean,
I go Cheetos all the way.
There's no way she's baking bread in there. There's no kind of, yeast infection going on. But anyway, guitarist, rapper, singer, SOSU grad. I'm not sure where that's from. Dog lover. JC Light's music is a blend of rock, pop, and rap. He makes music that is relevant to modern radio, but also adds a guitar playing element not present in most performances of his type.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
We haven't left the building.
And you are correct. It's JC Light. JC Light contacted us, and I think I'm wondering if I can't remember who he was related to. It was somebody else that we had reached out to. It might have been Flo Green, but wanted to include one of his songs in the program. And I dug this song. It's an entry level sort of song,
right?
So you got to take it with that little grain of salt. But it's called 6 in the Morning, and it's another crossover. So continuing with the theme, this is JC Light, our final submission on Crush It or Flush It. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI.
My wife's in the pool, X.
I've been up since 6 this morning, just trying to see you in the sunlight dawning. Can we watch the day begin together? Can you give me by now? Came across this morning. Just trying to see the sunlight dawning. Can't we watch the day begin together? Can you give me back now? You can't promise forever. We don't know where life will take us. We just wanna live right now. Wanna be young forever. Can you blame us? I'll show you how. Search the world, trying to find my place. Money language stable, but my mind is racing. They say you can have it all, it requires patience. But why am I waiting for something I should be chasing? So that's why I'm up late and that's why I grind with no breaks. And after all I've seen, I still only find one side amazing. I've been up since 6 this morning, just trying to see the sunlight dawning. Can't we watch the day begin together? Can you give me back now? You can't promise forever. We don't know where life will take us. We just wanna live right now. Wanna be young forever. Can you blame us? I'll show you how. I know you gotta go soon, but if I know you, you gon' be looking at your phone soon. And you gon' send a text message to the whole crew. And it's gon' say, I'm trying to kick it, you should roll through. I'm soul dude, some soul food and some old tunes. I'm down to chill like a cold brew. I said, I'm soul dude, some soul food and some old tunes. I'm down to chill like a cold brew. I've been up since 6 this morning, just trying to see the sunlight dawning. Can't we watch the day begin together? Can you give me back now? You can't promise forever. We don't know where life will take us. We just wanna live right now. Wanna be young forever. Can you blame us? I'll show you how.
JC Light, 6 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
By the time that song was over, it might have been 6 in the morning.
It was a long song.
It was a long song, but
I'll give you that.
But it was. I mean, it was a cool effort, right?
Well, the thing is he's a true musician, right? Like
Right.
he obviously has been to school or has practiced
his art,
his art in a jazz form. I mean, he's reaching so many different levels with it, and I think it's too much for the common ear. But I definitely liked it.
Here's what I would say to JC Light. I would just say shorten it. You've got a couple of good ideas there. Get yourself a hook, right?
Yeah.
Hook is important. Look, you're going to get radio play. Hook is important.
It is.
And then cut it down from 6 minutes to 3:20.
But the one thing I did want to say is that he's got electrics going, and all of a sudden it's that way, and then all of a sudden he brings that acoustic back in. That is a cool thing.
It is.
And to be able to harness that in
Yeah.
to shorten it, like you're saying,
Right.
get that hook. You know, you could almost take 2 hit songs out of this song.
Well, it goes back to times that you and I have spent in the studio when working on a recent song where you were like, there was a part that I put into a song that you really loved, and you were
Yeah.
like, God, I wish I could hear that every other measure. But you're like, it's almost cooler that
It
it's only
is.
in there very sparse because it makes you look forward to that next part of the song.
Very few artists do that,
Yeah.
and it makes you wanting it.
Don't take the cool part of the song that everybody wants to hear and stretch it out for 6 minutes. Give it to us a little bit at a time and make us think, ooh, if there's more of that on this album, I got to go download the rest of the album because
It's like Billy Joel when he has this song, I think it was the Bosom Buddies one, and I keep waiting for that Rhodes to come in, and I'm like, oh, is it here?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not. Oh, is it here? Oh, it's not. Oh, is it here? It's not. Oh, then it comes in the end. I'm like, God, why didn't you do that every time? Why? Because it's that fucking cool.
It wouldn't be special
and
otherwise.
it wouldn't be that cool
Absolutely.
if he did it every fucking time.
So JC
It
Light
would be redundant.
Yeah, JC Light is right there.
He is. He's on the right track.
Yeah, we're getting there. All right, Doc. Well, what did you think about our crossover show?
I really liked it.
That was fake.
No, I'm on video. I didn't do anything.
We don't want anybody thinking that we would partake.
I sneezed.
Any kind of illegal.
That's the way I sneeze.
Yeah. But that's it for us. My goodness, what a fun show tonight.
Crossover, cross connection.
Unfortunately, we were sober through half of it, and that's a damned shame.
Thanks to my wife for bringing beer.
She did bring beer, and we really, really appreciate
It
that.
was a little late.
And now you can
that's
start
okay.
cleaning up. I mean, look at all of this that's left
Dang.
over here. Oh, okay. So moving on. All right, Doc, so here we go. Let's close it out. You've been listening to The Crush on KVGIX. If you missed any part of tonight's show, you can tune in weekdays on the X to hear The Crush re-rack. Visit the KVGIRadio.com page and check out the schedule to see when The Crush will re-air. More voting will ensue. Jesus. Please remember to follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/The Crush KVGI. Contact us on Twitter @The Crush KVGI. Also remember, if you have friends, family members, or neighbors that have served our country in any branch of the armed forces, make sure they tune in to the KVGI flagship station for quality programming made for veterans, by veterans. Major Andrew White hosts Kilroy's Conversation. Thursdays, 2 to 4. Retired Major Raymond L. Jones hosts Suds and Duds. Wednesdays at 7 right here on KVGIX. Join us again next Thursday night for more fun. For Dr. Drew Day, I'm Chris Dilworth, reminding you to keep the rubber side down.
And the single digits
way up. Good night, Crush Kitties.
That's fun. I always like listening to you guys. You guys are funny. Oh,
Sorry, babe.
this was way better than the last show.
Yeah, I took the top off of this so I could get into Mark's room with that.
You tried to.
Like a credit card?
It didn't work, did it? You were desperate.
I was like, damn it.
I'm fucking hungry, bro. This might be a late night Whataburger.
I know what you're saying. Well, because you didn't eat all day like me.
Well, we left so early, I didn't have a chance to make food before I fucking left.
You know what? I think that